What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and it's time for a review of the new Marshmello and A Day to Remember track. There's something I never thought I'd be saying. What a weird blending and melting pot of two different worlds. And I guess I could see why some people would be really excited if you like electronic music on one side, but you also have an appreciation for the heavier things in life. Then maybe you thought this would be the perfect blend. I didn't see it that way, at least after hearing the little teaser snippet that Marshmello and some of the members of A Day to Remember put out. I was just feeling downright negative and cynical about this, because it's like, come on, Marshmello at this point, if this doesn't prove that he will work with anyone and everyone, then I don't know what will. He's worked with Churches, Tyga, Chris Brown, Bastille in the past year alone. He's all over the place, and I'll admit that I like some of Marshmello's more instrumentally inclined music, like the Joytime series, and this apparently is off of the Joytime 3 album. This is serving as the lead single. This is Rescue Me featuring A Day to Remember. So what the hell did we get? Because I was expecting a train wreck of nonsense. Well, it's certainly hard to confine this to just one box and put a finger on exactly how I feel about this track, because I do have conflicted feelings, but it's certainly better than what I would have expected when you write that down on paper. Marshmello featuring A Day to Remember. It just seems off, because you think of A Day to Remember and you think of I'm Made of Wax, Larry, or you even think of some of the tracks from Bad Vibrations. But it's been 3 years. Fans are chomping at the bit for new material from A Day to Remember, and this is kind of a weird reintroduction, but it also could open them up to a wider audience. I know that, and I know the same thing for Churches. It's just like, I just don't like seeing it. It's like Marshmello, A Day to Remember, Marshmello, Churches. It just doesn't really fit. Those two worlds maybe should stay separated. At the end of the day, I kind of have to wipe the slate clean and put my feelings to the side, my expectations, what I think A Day to Remember are supposed to be, and look at it as a feature, because that's exactly what it is. It's Marshmello's track. It's not A Day to Remember's, but there are way more guitars than I would have expected. They're a part of the melody. They definitely linger. The pre-chorus, which is easily the best part of this track, features some actual heaviness to it, which is unexpected. If this song crosses over to the mainstream, then that could be pretty cool to hear on the radio. To be quite honest, I was really worried that they were going to water down Jeremy McKinnon's vocals, and that's always been one of the biggest draws to A Day to Remember's music for me. I really like that he can get aggressive with the screams, pretty in your face and confrontational, but when he lets off that gas pedal, there's always something emotive there. Look at some of their best tracks like End of Me. And here on Rescue Me, despite the very generic tendencies that the chorus in particular has, this song actually feels like it champions Jeremy as one of the best aspects. It highlights him on this track. I'm so glad that they didn't just pan him out or water him down, wash it out. His vocals are very strong, and the chorus is very predictable. It's something that has a Marshmello drop. So what did we really expect? He's back there bleep blooping, pushing some sliders around, and the drop is just dun 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 dun. And the second drop, he maybe shifts a few notes around right at the first part, and then it goes right back to the exact thing. I'm not saying that it doesn't kind of pop off, but still, if you've heard other Marshmello tracks, you've probably heard something very similar to this. The percussion is slightly weird on this tune. I don't like how it starts off in the beginning, very airy, kind of trap inclined. It doesn't really suit the band all that well, and again, this is a feature, but still, especially when you kind of have that clashing drum rhythm, because you have that, and then it breaks into the When I Found You, and it gets heavier with the guitars. The drums actually kick in there, and obviously things feel a lot more now, a lot more urgent, and it brings a good presence to the track. But then it switches back after the chorus back to some of the programming, and it just feels a bit inconsistent. Not sloppy per se, but I can't quite put a finger on it. The good news here is that the collaboration wasn't a total waste of talent. I think that A Day to Remember gets surprising airtime on this track, and I'm talking about the band. I know I see those features, and it's like featuring Bastille, or featuring Churches, or featuring Fall Out Boy, whatever it is, and then it ends up being just one member. Well, here we can actually hear the rest of A Day to Remember, and that's a very cool thing. I appreciate Marshmello actually working with them. Apparently this has been in the works for quite some time. I think a snippet was out like a year or so ago, at least one of the riffs or something from it. I'm not exactly sure how long this song has been around, but maybe A Day to Remember had the hook laying around, maybe from the sessions of their last album, or maybe from breaking ground on whatever might be coming in the future, hoping for a new album in 2019 or 2020. whatever it might be, it's not a total wash at all. I do enjoy this track for what it is, I suppose. It's not incredible, but I do think it could be fun, especially if I was drunk. I'd give it a good time if I was drunk rating, if I was Jeremy Johns, but since I'm John from ARTV, I'm going to give this a very light 3.5 out of 5 and say that I was kind of wrong with my initial skepticism of the track. The question of the day, I suppose, could be, did this collaboration need to happen? Do you feel that it was inconsequential, or do you think that maybe it moved the needle forward? Maybe it could open some doors and some genres and some other things to happen in the future with other DJs and rock artists? I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please drop a like on the video while you're here, and don't forget to subscribe for the love of music. If you want to see another video where I talked about Marshmello, then tap right over here, or tap over here for my recent review of the new Taylor Swift song. Other than that, you can connect with me on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff, linked in the description down below. I appreciate you watching and for your support, and I'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.